Got my... Get this volume turned down on my end. I was turning up. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot it was Friday. I went through this entire day thinking it was Thursday. All right, let's get the volume turned down on my end. Looking good. All right, let's check the majority. So far, we have 2 votes for my below 10,000. Welcome, everybody. I'll post that in there one more time. If you haven't voted, we're gonna call it at 7:30. So we're gonna give it 20 minutes. Hopefully everyone's having a good Friday night. So Tom Brady, 3 hours looking good. Let's check it out. Let's get rid of our. I was posting some stuff on Discord earlier today. So the 3 hour, from a MACD perspective, this is where we got our negative momentum from. But overall, we're still all right. From a more long-term perspective, as long as we hold above 10,000, I think we're going to be okay. But I want you guys to look closely here. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's get this bigger. All right. Hopefully we don't turn this as resistance here. It's not that great anyway. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that. Let's clean this up. So you can see here, we got so close here. I've had this red resistance line here all week. And you can see we rejected it. I mean, darn near perfectly. I mean, did we even wick? I mean, okay, we had a slight wick over it. And this was at about 10,950, so right before 11,000. Something that looks interesting, though, is if we look at our descending line here, it actually looks a little bit better here on Bybit, which is strange because you'd think they would be the same chart, but maybe it's just because the line's smaller. Maybe if I make this smaller on our end, it will fit a little better. Nah, that's not too bright, or that's not bright enough. But you can see the point, though. We basically went just under our resistance line here, and we rejected. You know, everybody was kind of waiting to see if we were going to hit this line exactly, and it just kind of faked out exactly. You know, as you see here. We are holding support here at about 10,250. So this 10,250 range, I think, is going to hold here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not going to, but it's going to be our next, you know, major resistance line. If you've been on our Discord channel, you already know. You know, if we break this 10,250 line, you know, more so this like 10 to 10,250, I do think we're going to go and test this box right in here, which this would be our 9,008 to 10,000 box. It's the one we looked at earlier. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have the music on a little lower, but yeah, we can try it. Yeah, go Chiefs. Let me know. Does that sound better? I have it. I mean, I had it lower than usual because 80s music, this channel goes a little bit louder, but let me know if that's better. So we're holding this 10,250 area. You know, if we break below 10,002, I'm fully expecting a test. You know, we'll go somewhere down here. Whether we go off the top of this box or, you know, we kind of flirt around with it and then test the bottom. You know, we'll be here for that. So, well, unless it happens like in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. But You know, don't sleep on this weekend though, guys. Saturdays are used to. There was honestly a time I would. I mean, I wouldn't pay any attention to the weekend movement. I don't know if I would be starting longs on a Saturday, because a lot of times you can get massive moves on the weekend, and then Monday when the institutional, the bigger money comes in, it just annihilates all the gains, or any kind of momentum you were building over the weekend. So, but once again, for me, I don't know if we're going to get to it. I would really like to see Bitcoin go up to maybe 10.5 and then go back down. This is major resistance now. It should be, theoretically. We haven't had a test of it yet, so we can't confirm it. The only reason I can tell you with certainty that this is going to be resistance is, do you see these touch points right in through here? If we keep going across, do you see these other touch points? This cluster right in through here? You have your cluster in right through here. So this 10,500, 10,550, this little range, you're going to be very susceptible to a rejection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a box. It just makes it easier for you guys. And I want this to go up to 10,050. Ugh. Alright, so let's turn that red. Alright, so we have our box. Now we can delete that line. We should be good now. BitBoss, you still have no audio? How's everyone doing tonight? BitBoss, 1Qubit, Tom Brady, Crypto Rhino. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anyone else. All right. Welcome. So, you know, it's a Friday night. You guys could be doing anything. Nothing worse than trying to celebrate at the bar or doing something, and you're sitting there constantly looking at your phone because Bitcoin won't. That's what I hate about Bitcoin sometimes. It's really my only pet peeve is, have you ever had times you're like, hey, I'd like to do something with my family and or your friends, and you'll be out, you know, you'll be at the club, you'll be shopping, whatever you do that makes you happy, and all of a sudden, bring, bring, you're just getting all these like rings off your phone, like TradingView. Bitcoin's down 9%, and like it just kind of like it screws up the day a little bit, you know. It's the one thing I hate about cryptocurrency. Sometimes I wish it was only a Monday through Friday thing, but you know, other times some people, all they can do is trade is on the weekends. So, but hey, sorry, have the yawns here. I have some CBD coffee since it's nighttime here. The CBD coffee has a very sedating effect on me for some reason. I'm telling you, it's like a low dose melatonin, but it works so good on my knee. I take Kratom for my torn meniscus and my cartilage, but I have to say I'm really kind of coming around to the CBD stuff. It really does help. Armacida, you gonna go get a buzz? Talk to you, VM. Saturday morning. TYVN, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I'm sorry. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry you got wrecked, 1Qubit. You know, like I said on Discord, we're gonna try to get you a W, all right? Yes, either on Discord. Yeah, hey, I want to go to Puerto Rico. Sounds very fun. And it's a U.S. territory, so I need to even look where it is from like a geology standpoint. I'm going to post this in the comment section one more time. If you guys haven't voted yet, we're going to call this in about 10 minutes, 7:30. All right, so everyone's bearish here in the chat. But if you haven't voted in the straw poll, wow, had an accent there. You know, we have about 10, 11 minutes left, so your participation would be appreciated. All right, so back to Bitcoin. For a more optimal short, this is what I'm looking for. Now, granted, Bitcoin it's just been a pain in the butt here recently. But I'd really like us to see go up to test maybe 10.5, 10,550 before we make our way back down. This is a much more, it's clear resistance here. The only other area that I could really see is kind of like this little area we're butting up against you now. Do you see all these touch points? I mean, it's not as great as up here. If we zoom out, maybe we can see something else. Yeah, we're butting up kind of with this resistance from this cluster. They're not really perfect, but I'd really like us to test this 10.5 area. All right, so let's check our MACD. Let's identify the environment that we're trading in. All right, so you can see that we're dipping here, but we haven't popped our head out on wow, we haven't popped our head out on the bear side yet. So it's very possible we round this off and we make our next high. But from this point, just looking at it now, we are looking a bit bearish. This would be what you would call a lower high, and this would be bearish divergence. If we go to our 4 hour, you can see we're definitely building here. But overall, if we delete this, we delete that, our signal really should have been, and this is my fault, I completely missed it on our morning stream today. So you had your bullish divergence, right? But when we had this, let's see if I can get it better. Does the 1 hour show it a bit better? Man, it just really didn't. We did get our cross here, but there was really no sign other than maybe this right here. So, you know, we didn't, I hedged my bigger account, but, you know, against this movement, so I made a little bit of profit. It was only a 1x leveraged position, but man, I really wanted to capitalize on this move a little bigger, and I'm kind of disappointed, you know, to be completely honest. I mean, if you've watched our channel, you know I have been literally talking about this for over a month now. I mean, since July 31st. I posted this descending line here, and I guess I was waiting for too much of a perfect entry, and that's a good lesson for you guys because we're always learning. Sometimes you're never gonna get the best entry that you want, and honestly, especially with my streamers account, I should have started dollar cost averaging into a short in the 10.8s, added a little bit more in the 9s, so I would have had some exposure to the downside. You know, as a trader, you're always learning and growing, and you know, this is just a lesson. I know I capitalized on my bigger account, but it's only a 1x. I mean, I know it's, you know, I won bigger gains out of this, and especially the trade with my streamers account, so I could show you in a live trading mode. But I really should have DCA'd a little bit better into this, but I got greedy, waiting for the most optimal position. And, you know, on our live stream this morning, I missed it. You know, you can't hit them all. But I'm just a little bit disappointed. Because, man, we've been talking about this for a long time. So, the good thing about Bitcoin is, you know, thank God I didn't lose money. You know what I mean? I made a little bit of profit. But you're never going to get an optimal entry, not all the time. So if it's a safe bet and you're getting close to your resistance, it's always a good idea to just start putting little bitty buys, start laddering into a position. Brad Ritter, BC. No more Market Cipher. No, I mean, I still use Market Cipher, but you know, this channel, there's a lot of new people here that don't have Market Cipher. So before you use any indicator, it's always good to learn your traditional indicators, grow that foundation, plant that seed, get the knowledge, get the education, Learn how the traditional indicators work so you can use these to confirm your thesis of what you're thinking that's going to happen. I mean, we'll look at market cipher. Let's get B up here. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed on how market cipher B has been playing out, especially on the daily. You know, and this is an example here. I'm a little bit disappointed in this right now, to be honest, and it's why I've been kind of using the MACD. I brought it up on my live streams. You can see here. Do you see how you have your bullish divergence here? This was when we were in the low 9,000s, all right? So let's delete this. You had your bullish divergence. You had your cross. Very bullish sign, right? If you pull up your market cipher B, what do you see here? It's the polar opposite. And I was paying too much attention and I was neglecting the traditional indicators that I've learned on because I was just sitting here staring at the blue wave. And this is not a bullish indicator. It's just not. This is showing building bearish momentum. With each wave, it was getting more bearish and more bearish. I mean, there's really no reason we even popped to the upside here. And then if you look at your regular MACD, do you see how different they look? You had clear bullish divergence here. Come on. On market cipher B, you're showing clear bearish continuation pattern. It's just building and building and getting stronger. And we went up $1,000 and your money flow is still dark in the red. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And you know, I missed a prime buying opportunity because I kept just staring at the blue wave and I wasn't actually looking at the indicators that were just sitting right in front of me screaming buy. I mean, they were screaming at me. And so I've been paying a little bit more attention to your standard MACD, and not just that, but we have a lot of new people here that just don't have market cipher B. So honestly, I really only use B. I don't use A. And so, you know, like I said, this channel is about education, coming up with low risk, high reward trades, and you know, building that foundation, especially if you're a new trader. But see how polar opposites these are? What I'm more focusing on is this. And this. Do you see the drastic difference? They're not, I mean, they're not even close. But no, this is why I'm using the MACD more than usual. Or not more than usual, but I'm trying to emphasize more into the traditional indicators. You know, I was putting, and this is a thing everyone should learn about indicators, as a, you know, any of them, whether it's AgroCap, you're using market cipher, or whatever third-party indicator. You should not be relying on one indicator to tell you where to enter and exit. That's why we try to show, if you watched my my tutorial on the 3-hour AgroCap, we were using traditional indicators and technical analysis to confirm our calls. If you can get indicators to confirm themselves, you're going to be golden. Your chances of success are going to be much higher than if you see a green dot, or if you see, you know, if you're looking at AgroCap and you see you know, what is it, the green arrow or the red arrow that points down. You're going to have a much higher level of success if you use technical analysis, your support and your resistances, your Fibonacci retracement, you know, the basic stuff, and you combine it with these third-party indicators. You're going to be just that much more, you know what I mean, successful in your trades. The better your odds, the better you are going to be at having good trades. Don't just follow any indicator blindly. But you can see here, if we go back to our daily, if you look at the daily here, we were sitting above our support line Or what is that actually? I don't think I've ever seen that. Okay, it's just really small. You can see here, this is about the 9003. It's really small here, but this is what I'm talking about, guys. Right here. If you look at when we were showing bullish divergence, we were sitting right above critical supports at about 9003, 9004. And then if you look at your MACD,
What we're gonna do right here is go back.
what else do you see here? You see your bullish divergence here. And then when you got your cross, just follow the arrow straight up. What do you see? Right in here. Now, here's a very good, this is a great actual example, okay? You let technical analysis confirm your calls. So, you have your 3 hour. Let's get this up. What do you see here? Right in my area I circled, what do you see? You see your confirmation line. This is where we entered our buy at 9,850. Now, you're like, okay, we got our buy signal. What do we do next? You look for confirmation. So, let's get this zoomed out. So you look at your MACD. We need the 4 hour. When I use the MACD, I generally do use the 4 hour. And you can see here, let's actually get this zoomed out so we can see it a bit better. It's a bit stretched out. But you can see here, you did make a lower wave. So you had your bullish divergence that we looked at right in this area. You had your green, your confirmation like, hey, you need to start a long. And you have confirmation with that. I'm sorry, yeah, it was the daily, not the 4 hour. I apologize, guys. But you have your 4 hour right here. If you take your line and you go from here, where you had your cross, and I'm going to point this straight up. Where do you see it? I mean, it's just, it's perfect. This is not going to pop up on the daily because it's the 3 hour that the aggro cap indicator is working on. But it's right in that same area. You can see right where I circled, look where the line is. It's just because we're using different time frames. But use technical analysis to confirm your indicators, guys. Never follow anything blindly. That's why we teach support resistances, you know, your Fibonacci retracement, your MACD. We'll even look at the RSI, even though honestly I don't use it too much. You don't want to look at the price. Hey, we got a... Thank you for the follow. That's awesome, guys. Freaking Jubbin is just a genius. He literally is. He's done so much for this stream. You know, he's fixed the Streamlabs. He's done, like, not just the presentation wise, but now it actually says something and lets me know when someone follows. He's just done an amazing job. I think he's working tonight. All right, let's refresh, guys. You ready for the results? We're gonna see him live. Let's see what the majority said. All right. So the majority said we're going to be under, the next major move is below 10,000. Thank you to everybody that voted. It's just the easiest way for me to do polls instead of trying to individually read every single one. Now, I did learn something today, guys, all right? You know, like I said, I'm not here to act like I know everything because I do not. You know, I've learned a lot of lessons in my 6 years of trading, almost. In January, it'll be 6 years. But with the aggro cap indicator, you want to use your regular candles, not the Heiken Ashi. I learned the hard way today with this. And a good example to show you guys is right here. No, okay, no, it just flipped. But do you see the drastic difference here? Do you see how the arrow you didn't actually get your optimal short up here. It was more down here. Like, it literally just flipped. If you go back to our normal candles, you can see it was flickering all the way up here. So in a situation like this, you would actually dollar cost average into a short up until your confirmation line. Right in through here. But I mean, honestly, you guys were here for it. This candle tumbled so fast. There was no way to there's no way to DCA into that. Not really. How long did it take for you to become profitable? In stocks or crypto? I had an amazing mentor. He was a trader in the 80s and 90s. But he basically taught me traditional technical analysis, you know, basically everything we go over. You know, that was 2014. You know, honestly, right out of high school, I had, you know, ambitions to be, I wanted to be a stockbroker. But I don't know if you, how familiar you are with it, but stockbrokers aren't as big of a thing anymore. Because the digital era, you know, everybody can just pull their TD Ameritrade out or something and, you know, start positions. And honestly, it's in our family to be entrepreneurs, and not just that, but to work for yourself. Like, pretty much everyone in my family owns their own business, so I wanted to be a self-sufficient trader. And I know it is not, I do not recommend this, but going through college, I went through college for 2 years. I basically used all my money from student loans and grants, and I saved every single dollar I could get to pile in to learn how to trade. I do not recommend this, guys. I don't want to say I got lucky, but I had an amazing mentor, which was what I'm trying to see if I can pass on to you guys. You know, he really instilled the fundamentals and the technical analysis. And January 2017, I entered full-time into cryptocurrency, and I don't want to say that's what helped me be profitable, but come on. I mean, you guys know how, I mean, if we go out here, I guess we're on Bybit now, but I mean, seriously, my first Bitcoin purchase was at, like, I want to say $2,100. So, you know, that really helped out a lot. I got in way before the bull run ever started or was even thought to have happened. And I haven't looked back since. The biggest difference between cryptocurrency and stocks is, there's not a fundamental aspect to cryptocurrency as much. You know, we don't sell a product, there's no revenue, there's no sales, there's no bills of any kind. I mean, we don't really like, ooh, the miner numbers from this month. You know, it's just, so cryptocurrency, I started learning with technical analysis, but there's something in crypto, and I think it's why so many people struggle, and I really try to, it's better to miss out than to prematurely get into a position. And the psychology of trading in cryptocurrency is so important. This is mental warfare, guys. This is a game, and the winners are the people that are going to be here the longest. Those are going to be the profitable. Those are the people that are going to be successful. If you try to get rich overnight, opening up 50, 100x positions, just being crazy, you're going to lose out. If you had a guy that has $100,000 or a guy that has $2,000, I'm going to pick the guy that has $2,000 every time, because they're going to use better money management skills, because they know what they have to lose. And the more money you have, the more reckless you're going to be. I've seen it. I've seen guys make it huge in the bull run, made thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. And now they're back at their old job and they've lost everything. So, there's a huge psychological aspect to crypto trading. It's just this mental warfare, guys. The FOMO, up and down, is extraordinary in this asset. I mean, this thing can, literally, it can make you, I've seen people have full on, they had to go and see mental services for just how much this wrecks them. They can't sleep. It's insane. You know, so that's why I try to preach to you guys, you know, spend time with your family, not just trading, not just the psychological and the technical aspect, but literally go out and do things like a normal human. I don't recommend people to quit their jobs and do what I'm doing. So, but no, I had an amazing trader. My family has been in real estate and, well, real estate and the law. What do you call it? Lawyers. And you know, 2 of my family members are actually very successful. They actually just trade for themselves. I miss all the big moves because I'm working. Yeah, it sucks. With trading in general, well, the thing is there wasn't really a time I was well, the worst time I ever had from a profitability standpoint was, honestly, I want to say I had a really bad start of the year last year, to be honest, guys. I was an idiot. Bitcoin, we hit $20,000, and that was really my biggest learning experience, was the middle of last year. Bitcoin just kept tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. Like I don't want to call it manipulation and make excuses, but I mean, we were just breaking walls. I mean, it was horrible last year at certain points. But I mean, I've been pretty much profitable my entire trading career that I've had. There was never a time I was just accumulating massive losses, because the first thing I was always taught in trading is money management, how to leverage in, how to not leverage, but how to dollar cost average, ladder into positions. It's very important. Money management is extremely important. If you guys don't know already, I use 10x leverage on all my positions. This follower only chat. Honestly, our user growth has been just fine. I have to put the follower only chat because you have negative people that they just want to, you know, they see something good going on and they just want to come in for 5 seconds and say negative stuff then leave. So the thing is trolls don't want to sit and watch something for 10 minutes and then comment. And you only have to do it once. Now that you've waited 10 minutes, you're free to comment at any time. If you have no experience being a streamer, then I can tell you the trolls in this industry are massive. They see something good and they just want to bring you down. That's why I have the follower only chat, which pretty much every major crypto YouTuber has the same thing, and Twitch. But no, I get it. It's a little annoying, but seriously, you only have to do it once. You follow for 10 minutes, and then you're good. You'll never have to go through that again. But seriously, watch any crypto person on Twitch. They all have it, and there's a reason. You'd be surprised the people you run into here. But to answer your question, though, about profitability, I wouldn't say I was unprofitable. I just made small profits for a long time while I was learning. My worst stretch of crypto trading was really, I would say, between March and May of last year. That's just being brutally honest. Between March and May of last year, that was the time I struggled a little bit. But I learned a lot of lessons. I read a lot of books about psychology. You know, there's actually a book here on YouTube you can watch. It's called The Psychology of Trading. And it's very important. I highly recommend. I will actually post the link here in a second. But it's called The Psychology of a Successful Trader. I'm telling you guys, if you're a trader, you have to watch it. You have to. Whoa. That guy's going ham. Yeah, they all do. That's why the Twitch crypto streaming is dead. Well, I have to say, I really like the Twitch platform. It's what I started streaming on. That's what I got my confidence. I've made honestly, a lot of the really good friends that I've made are from Twitch. So shout out to all my Twitch users. Brovalone, Armacida. I feel bad. I don't really want to miss anyone else. They're the 2 off the top of my head that I can think of that were literally right from Twitch. Like, I wouldn't say, like, Brovalone was, like, my first follower. Like, seriously. And Armacida came in before I even had 10 followers on Twitch, or subs, whatever you call them. So, but this is what we're basically looking at right now. The current Bitcoin price is $10,345. I'm going to get that link for you guys. It's called The Psychology of a Successful Trader. It's literally a book. You can just listen to it. I highly recommend, especially if you take melatonin or Benadryl at nighttime or whatever you take to go to sleep. Just pop it in. Just listen to it. Just turn it on. Watch 10 minutes of it a day. Man, wow, my spelling is bad. Psychology. Man, my spelling is bad. Successful trader. Wow. I apologize, guys. I am not a good speller. It's right here, guys. Copy link. Here you go. This is the link, guys. Psychology. Dude, I'm a horrible speller, man. I apologize. That's the link, though, guys. I'm telling you. Just watch 15 minutes of it a night, 10 minutes of it a night. It's a very good book. You'll learn a lot. And I also have a book. I spent like $75 on it a few years ago. It's called What Works in Wall Street. It's a very interesting book. But always, don't ever think you have this market figured out. Always try to learn and grow. And that's why we have this community. It's the #1 reason I formed it. If I can help some people learn some of the mistakes that I learned starting out, you're just going to be that much better. Because trust me, a lot of the mistakes I made were, really, they were learning the hard way. Alright, so getting back onto the Bitcoin train. We're still hovering above our 10,200 support. I really would like to see us hit maybe 10,005, 10,550. That'd be very nice. And then enter a short. Let's see. Do I have my paper? I don't know if I have my notebook in here. But I'm going to probably start dollar cost averaging once we get close to 10,000. Even if we can get like to 10,450, I'll start slowly averaging into a position. Hey, 1QBit. This is going to sound stupid, but I promise you it will happen. Guys, don't watch The Wolf of Wall Street or The Big Short and then start trading. It has an emotional aspect on. I know this is going to sound stupid, but I'm telling you, it's going to change your train of thought. You're going to get overwhelmingly bearish, or you're going to be like, oh, the stock, Wall Street's corrupt. Wall Street can say, what's that old saying? Wall Street can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. God, my nose is itchy. It's very true. So just be very careful watching movies like that about seeing massive money being made. It does affect you from a psychological standpoint. But yeah, The Big Short, it's a very good movie, 1QBit. I think you will enjoy it. It also has Michael Scott off The Office. He's like one of my favorite actors. God damn. 1 second, guys. My allergies. Ugh. My darn allergies are just going nuts. But this is what we're looking at, though. And this is another thing as well. I've learned this thing has been on fire for the last week. Look at your 1 hour MACD. Check it out. The 1 hour MACD has been very, very accurate on these calls here. You can see here, showed a lower level of bullish momentum. And this is what I was talking about, how I really have some regrets about this, the morning stream we had today. You had your bearish momentum here. or falling bullish momentum, I'm sorry, and then you had your cross. This really should have been my indicator, but you can't hit every one. So, you know, this market never stops. So, and luckily, like I said, I didn't lose money. I just didn't make as much as I wanted to. So, you know, we're going to prepare for the next move, and we're going to capitalize on it. And we have to get 1 qubit to win. So, yeah, just don't use anything that can manipulate and change your train or your train of thought. So, but yeah, we're gonna get you a win 1 qubit. I promise. We're gonna try. But really, guys, start watching your 1 hour MACD. And I'm gonna test something out here real quick. I want to see what market cipher B looks like on the 1 hour. I want to see if it's kind of corrected itself. Man, do you see how it's just... I guess you kind of had it right here. So this is the 1 hour. Man, do you see how different this looks, guys? Is it just me? Like, am I just not having something load? I mean, seriously, market cipher B, the blue wave, has never looked so different. Ever. I've owned this since Bitcoin was $7,500. It's never looked so different. I'm more focusing when I'm asking you guys that have it. Look in this area right in through here. Keep this image in your mind. Look at this. Do you see this? They're like they're polar opposites right now. It's so weird. It doesn't look anything the same. And I'm not trying to FUD market cipher. I'm definitely not. I'm just saying stand back, take an unbiased look at this. It looks different. They're completely different right now. I've never seen this ever. You're showing bullish divergence on market cipher B, and you're showing, I mean, you can see it. You're showing building bearish momentum here on the 1 hour, your regular MACD. It's so weird. I've never seen this. It called it on the 2 hour. Are you talking about this? Daily D, is this the move you're talking about on B? See what it looks like on the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour called it too. If this is, let's see what it looks like from the 4 hour. So you have your 4 hour. This is a clear bearish divergence. I mean, this is literally insane. Do you see this? It's not even... Here, let's get off of this. Does that make it a little bit easier, guys? I've just, you know, the blue wave is supposed to be very similar to like the MACD, you know, in the perspective of how it works. Yes, it did call this for sure, but do you just see the difference? I'm not getting at like the accuracy of it. I'm just getting at like how it's showing us visually. Oh man, Paul Rosas or Rose, I'm sorry, Rosas. It's hard to say because I'm gonna have to jack this up. But it's literally, you know, as I just said, we have major. I say major. We have pretty decent support at 10,250. So you shorted about $2 right on resistance. You know, that's one of the reasons why we preach about the psychology of trading. It's generally not good to short or long into an impulse after it's already happened. I mean, you don't always have to be in a position. Sometimes the best position is no position. So if you know what I mean, if you didn't enter above 10.6, it's probably best just to sit on the sidelines and watch. But this is your, so if you shorted at 10,252, you have pretty decent support right at 10,250, right at this green line. But while we have a minute, because Bitcoin's just kind of chilling, I want to go through these real quick. So you have the daily. So the daily looks different from a standpoint, like, I mean, this is right. You can see how we have our bullish momentum, our smaller wave. You have your bullish momentum, a smaller wave, so good call. But this is just so different. This area right in here, it's so different. So if we go down to our 4 hour, granted, yeah, Market Cipher did catch this on the 4 hour. It definitely did. But do you see how different it is? Like, they don't look anything alike. It's just kind of crazy. You know, they've always kind of looked somewhat similar. I mean, I guess you can barely see it. Do you see this wave, like, right in here? It's so small, but you can barely see it. But that would have been another confirmation right in here, because you had your bearish cross to the downside as well. Pop Defender, you're very successful at having no position. Yeah. Wallet Hassan? Okay, that makes sense. I've just always found its correlation with the MACD is, it's like, I mean, obviously they're not the same, but it's, you know, for instance, your MACD just kind of rolls over. This, you actually get a visual of it rolling over. So that's why I really do love Market Cipher B. I've just never really seen drastic differences like this. You can kind of see it here as well. So it looks like it's finally catching up. All right, so it's getting better. You can definitely see it. So granted, though, with Market Cipher here, you're kind of showing a bullish divergence here. And this one, on your regular MACD, you're actually kind of showing building bearish momentum. So it's weird. Hey, Tom Brady. Hey, families are important. Have a good time. Tubby G, not as successful as me. It's my specialty. So we'll look at Market Cipher here. All right, current Bitcoin price is 10,340. How's the volume, guys? Is it sounding good? Let's get our aggro cap 5-minute out. Let's get our scalper helmets on. Let's see if we got a potential trade coming up. So if we look at our 3 hour, make sure we're on our normal candle, which we are. You can see we popped short at about, wow, you actually popped it at 10,009, but you didn't actually confirm until about 10,450 right in here. So once again, if you have the aggro cap indicator, when you see a spread like this, you want a DCA until you get to the green line. Here's another example. right in through here. Usually, but a lot of times, similar to this one, it'll be pointing directly into your confirmation. You know, something similar to this. But man, look at this call though. It really is something. We popped long at 8,000, 9,008, 812. I mean, we had a nice, I mean, you can see here if we use our price range tool, we actually popped all the way to about 12% or 12% gains. So even a small 2-3 leveraged position, you would have netted, you know, 24, 36% gains. Of course, if you would have held through the top. Hey, Crypto Don, how you doing? Pop Defender, thank you. Just want to make sure the volume's good. Welcome, everybody. So the key thing is, if you just entered, we're watching for 10-5 for a short position. We use our 5-minute scalper. You know, as we talked about on the prior dip, generally when you see you have a major impulse, I do not like to long or short into a consolidation period. The reason is scalpers are going to have a very tough time judging, because a scalp move to me is about $50 to $80. So when you're sitting here consolidating, it's going to be very, because this is an algorithm, and you know, generally I like to put the scalpers aside. If you've missed this move, put them aside, let the market find what direction we're going to go, and then start your position. So since we've had about, I mean, we've had a good 6 hours of consolidation. Now's a good time to start getting ready for the next move. Whoa. Sorry, guys. I accidentally touched the cancel button. Yeah, no, I had it. Yeah, I had the, wow. I have my MACD set for area. I just figured we'd start giving a little bit some attention here to market cipher B. I wanted to give it a break because it was just acting a little funky the last couple days, but it seems to be correcting itself on the smaller time scales. So you can see here on the 5-minute though, I don't like using the MACD on a 5-minute perspective, but you can see here if we look at our 1 hour, we're just kind of building here on the bear side. And I got ate up outside. Freaking mosquitoes in this town. So let's check our scalper out. Let's get it back on the 5-minute. This is only meant to be used. Now, we are doing back testing on the 15-minute, guys. So once it's official, because, you know, they're still doing some fine-tuning on it, you know, we'll start recommending the 15-minute. But it does seem to be doing pretty solid on these scalps. You know, the V1 is only for the 5-minute and the 3 hour. But like I said, we're doing some testing on the 15-minute. But do you see how much tighter this was? 15-minute called this beautifully. I mean, you had your long signal here at about 10.5. We went all the way above 10,900. This was very solid in calling this dump. You had your arrow. We popped short at 10,870. You confirmed at 10,800. And obviously you can see this move to the downside we've had. So, you know, hopefully the 15-minute, like I said, we're doing some back testing on it. You know, Jubbin's my coder guy. You know, I don't know much about coding, but it's been really solid here lately. Man, you look at market cipher though from a 15-minute perspective. You're actually showing some nice bullish divergence. Do you see this? So we're showing bullish divergence. This is the 15-minute though. I don't like I said, I don't like using market cipher B on the 5-minute. When I'm trying to get the momentum, I don't want just 5 minutes worth of data. I'd like to see at least the 15 or the 30-minute. You can kind of see us, we're trying to form something here, but it's definitely too early to call it. Let's check the 45. Yeah, you can even see it here as well. And if we did a test here from our prior wave, we're still showing it. It's lower levels, so it's looking good. So confusing. Alright. Alright guys, just let it be known in the chat because I'm going to have to sit here and keep changing it. When I'm looking at the momentum, do you want to see the MACD or do you want to see market cipher B? Because if I get rid of market cipher B right now, I'm going to have to go and fix all the settings on the MACD again. So let me know. If we're judging, you know, identifying our area, do you want to look at market cipher B or do you want to look at the regular standard MACD? You want to see whatever's the best indicator, 1 qubit? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can show you what I was talking about. We go to our MACD. And then I go over here. This is what I was talking about, switching it to area. Oh, that's not what I want. Area. Oh, I know why. I know why it's not fixing. We need this right here. Check this out. That's kind of cool. I kind of like this. That's pretty neat. Yeah, you don't have MACD, so or you don't have MC, so yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I've been looking at the regular MACD here lately. It's just not a lot of people have MC, so. And when you guys have something you can follow along with, it's just a little bit easier. Sorry, my phone blew up with updates. Alright. So you can learn it? Alright. And so, see, this is weird. Do you see how on market cipher B, if we get rid of the aggro cap, and we look at the regular market cipher B, Do you see how you're showing bullish divergence on market cipher B, but you're not showing really anything on your regular MACD? It's so strange. Like the correlations, they used to look somewhat similar, but you see that? There's just such a drastic difference. I'm gonna fix this just because it's kind of messing with me right now. Alright. Because see here on your 15-minute, you're actually showing the polar opposite. You're showing bullish divergence on market cipher B. But you're showing bearish divergence here on your MACD. So it's very strange. We're gonna see how this plays out. I don't like how polar opposite they are. I mean, they're not even remotely close to each other anymore. I mean, do you see this? I mean, they're not even close to each other. That should be easy to see. Yeah, honestly though, I like my MACD lines. This helps me confirm the divergence. Generally, when you see something like this up here, when you see something like this, and then you have your cross, that's generally the sign of it's basically confirming itself. And if you look at the price or the actual chart, you can see the dip that we had immediately following that. So honestly, on my regular, on these lines, I like to keep them, in line mode, not actual area. So we're going to see how this plays out. This is kind of new territory for me. I've never seen them so different, but so we're pretty much just consolidating. We're basically just between 10,250 and our 10,500 resistance. Man. So, look at Bitcoin here. You know, I'm kind of like, as you guys already know, I'm kind of cursed when it comes to making the market stagnant, even though it wasn't like that this morning. Yeah, I can ask him. We can see what he says, because there's usually a pretty close correlation, but trying to make sure I have this resistance box. Yeah, I'll probably start entering a short at 10,450. But you know, right now there's just not a whole bunch going on. You know, it's the weekend, well, almost, but it's a Friday night. So we're gonna look at Bybit real quick. The current price is 10,367. Reach too hungry. There you go. There you go, Reese. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get a little jump here, but I'm really curious to see how this plays out. Because the MACD is showing that, you know, we're still, the bearish momentum is still building. But market cipher B is actually pointing to maybe a pump coming up. Man, stomach's hurt. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. We're going to keep going back and forth through them. And what I can do so I don't have to keep resetting the MACD is I'll just get rid of the aggro cap every now and then so we can take a look at market cipher B. Look at the Bybit chart here for a little bit. Or not chart, but we'll look at the Bybit price action. I guess you won't see the price that way. So do you guys have any big plans this weekend? Is anyone doing anything fun? Just kind of slow right now. If you guys have any coin requests or something you want me to look at, let me know. I'd be more than happy to look at it. I would like to go look at gold here in a little bit. Man, look at Bybit here though. We've done almost well, we've done about $1 billion and almost $50 million. So I think we're gonna have, by the end of the day, I bet we're gonna hit $1.2 billion. I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's not enough there's not enough volume on Bybit. It's more than enough. I'm not sure how many BitMEX does, but, or Bitfinex. I just want to see what happens to these perpetual swap exchanges once Binance launches. I'm going to be really curious to see what happens to these exchanges. I mean, I know Bybit's going to do fine, but Binance is a major player in cryptocurrency. Still live. You gotta go pick up your wife. She makes killer sandwiches. Dude, I'm eating like a poor person, dude. I got a bologna sandwich here, dude. And I'm eating some cold macaroni. I love sandwiches. Yeah, I figured we'll stream for about 2 hours or so tonight. Even though it's the weekend, we're still gonna have my morning cup of coffee stream. Just as a disclaimer, the morning cup of coffee streams are not like our night ones, even though we still generally go early. But the morning cup of coffee streams start anytime before 11 a.m. Central Time. But if you don't hear anything from me, we are going to start at 11 a.m. Central Time. Even though whenever I wake up, generally if you hear me say in the Discord, hey, good morning guys, generally we're going to be starting in about 30 minutes. So I just don't have a start time. Because, I mean, my gosh, some of these nights, the last week, the morning streams haven't been as consistent. And I've let you guys know because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. The website is pretty much finished. It was kind of a big move to get, from Patreon. And I've never actually coded a website myself, but things are finally slowing down on the behind the scenes stuff. And, those mornings are now free. So, but sometimes we stream till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not the type of person. What's baloney? 1Qubit, are you serious? Do you not know what bologna sandwiches are? Maybe it's just a Midwest thing. But, sometimes we stream at, till 10 o'clock, but I'm on the Discord till 2 a.m. or working on the website. So if I'm saying, oh, we're going to start every day at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., I would be really robotic, you know what I mean? So every morning we're going to start at 11 a.m. Central Time or before. It's gross. You don't like bologna, Armacita? It's like a mixture of meat. It's like the hot dogs of meat. I love bologna. Dude, Armacita, are you serious? You don't like bologna sandwiches? This is shocking. I love bologna sandwiches. Wow. Man, I grew up on these things. I seriously grew up eating bologna sandwiches. Let's see what our scalper's looking like. We on our 5 minute? Alright. So we popped short at 10,380. We didn't confirm until about 10,350. And it looks like we hit a bottom of about 10,280. Like I said, guys, whenever you have a major impulse, it's generally not a good idea to try to use this. Wow. It's generally not a good idea to use your scalpers in an area of consolidation. They're just not going to be as effective. Wait for us to either break to the upside or move back down. You're going to be the risk is going to be a lot lower, because on a trade like this, you can easily be right 2 out of 3 times, and that one time you're wrong, you're going to wipe out all your gains. Hey Gabe Mendez, are you talking about what time frames do you use and what do you use them for? For what? Are you talking about the MACD, Gabe? Let me know, but I'd be more than happy to answer your question. You call it Fritz or Devon or Devon? Huh. Do you guys eat, is macaroni a universal thing? I know this sounds dumb, but I've learned a lot from you guys. Is macaroni a universal food across the country or the world? Alright, Gabe. If you've noticed how we start every stream, whenever you're identifying your trend, you want as much information as you can possibly come up with to make your hypothesis, your thesis on what you believe is going to happen. So I start out with, I identify my environment. You know, we start every stream out the same. When you identify your environment, I use the daily. I'll go to the 4 hour. And then I go to the 1 hour. I mean, you can still look at the 2 and 3 hour, but honestly, I just use the daily, the 4 hour, and then the 1 hour. The daily and the 4 hour more so for identifying my environment. And then I use my 1 hour more for trying to it's like, all right, how am I going to scalp this? You know, because that's what I do. I'm a scalp trader. So, now, granted, sometimes we get lucky and they turn into longs, but no, I use the daily and the 4 hour to identify my environment, and then I get a short-term look at my environment by checking the 1 hour. And then, you know, when I used Market Cipher more, I say used. When I use Market Cipher, I like to look at my 15-minute and my 30-minute, but I've had so much success, more so with the stock market, but I mean, honestly, that's why I told you guys on Discord, the 1 hour has been on fire from a MACD perspective. The 1 hour has been calling all the shots. Now let's see if we can find a good example here. You know, so like right in here, you had your high and bearish moment or bullish momentum. Let's get these out of the way. Let's make sure we have it clean. I kind of like this green better than red. So you see this. You had a bit of a fake out here, and you went to the downside. So you saw you had a lower level in bullish momentum, and you also had your cross. You can see, whoops, sorry about that. you had your cross right in here, all right? If you look at your price action, you can see you did have your reaction right in through here. But you popped your head right back up to the upside, and you made another low in bullish momentum. Come on, let's get this here. Right in here. So when you look at this, you can see you hit your high right here, and if you go straight up, so if you follow this from the middle, when you rounded this off and you go straight up, you're gonna see, where are you at? You're right here, and you had your dump. When you show lower levels of bullish momentum, you generally have dumps. And I like the MACD because when you get these crosses, it confirms it. So for instance, when you shorted on this impulse right here, generally when you start seeing this curve up and then cross to the upside, that's your key to get out. Like, hey, you're reversing, you're going to start building bullish momentum. But then once again, over here, you had another negative cross. You see how you have your bullish, your bearish divergence, and then you also have your cross right here. But you know, that's why we start out every stream the same. Every single time we start out by looking at the 4 hour, the daily, and the 1 hour. Every single time. Yeah, I love mac and cheese. Looks like we're getting a little bit of momentum up here. We look at our 15. And see, this is what's kind of tricking me right now. Is so for instance here, you can see where we're building over here on our right shoulder. Let's go to our 1 hour. I'm trying to judge this little pop that we've had since we hit bottom. Yeah, it's very flat. The daily though looks overwhelmingly, I mean, it looks from a MACD perspective, it looks like we could have a bounce, but the way we're looking right now, it does look bearish. But you can see here, if we zoom in, it looks like we're about to make some momentum to the upside. Do you see how we have this curve right like this? We could easily go right back up before going back down. What do I use for scalp trading? Yeah, Dad's Fawn. That's a good strategy. I'll start getting curious about 10,450 for a short. Pop Defender. Your mom used to throw macaroni, mushroom soup, peas, and tuna together and make a giant bowl and we eat it for days. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of peas, but I won't lie, I've been kind of on this pot pie phase lately, and they all have peas in it. So for scalp trading, honestly, for scalping, I like to use my 1 hour, my 15 minute, and then the 30 minute for scalping. But honestly, for scalping, to be completely honest with you, I've just been using the hour. The lower time, and see, here's a way you can get around it. If you're trading, if you've identified your environment, you've looked at the daily, you've looked at the 4 hour, you've looked at the 1 hour, and they're all saying, hey, we're bearish, hey, we're bullish, and you start seeing the shorter indicators kind of coinciding, they're kind of agreeing with each other, then you can kind of work your way down to the 15 minute and the 30. But I'm telling you, the 1 hour MACD, it's literally been on fire lately. I mean, you could honestly have traded just fine just by using the 1 hour this week. I mean, it has seriously called everything. I mean, I'll show you an example, like right here. you're showing lower levels of momentum. All right, this was your signal like, hey, you know, be on the lookout, we're losing momentum. You got your confirmation when you crossed right up here. And if you look at your price action, look right at that cross. Boom. So once you see falling momentum, wait for your cross, and that's like, hey, it's about to happen. But you can kind of see here, we're starting to form it. We're starting to build some more momentum on the bull side, and look what we just had. This is on the 30-minute. Let's see if we can get it to pop on the 1 hour. The 1 hour still has quite a bit of space between it right now. Jump. Reese. Want some food? Jump. This is my dog Reese. She's a good dog. So let these crosses confirm your divergence. You know, similar to like this one right here. You had your high in bearish or bullish momentum. No, it'd be bearish. The down is your bearish, your up is your bullish. Do you see how you have this converge or your divergence right here? You have your high and you have a much lower high. What do you have here? You have your cross right in there. This was your indicator to buy. If you look right above that circle, we move this up. Or I guess actually I need to make this. If you look where the circle is, look right where we're at. Right in here. This is about 10.5. You would have had a nice run up here. Oh, really? So, you know, MACD is one of the most important indicators you can learn. Oh, shoot, I forgot to do that. I'm going to make sure before bed I get this MACD tutorial out. I have pretty much... I have half of my static video for the V1, the 5-minute, and the V2 1-minute are scalpers. I have about 30 minutes of that video already done. I just have to be very in-depth and specific about how to, because I mean, scalping, scalping is an art. It's like trying to teach someone how to paint, and they've never, you know what I mean? It's really difficult. So there's a lot of elements that go into starting a scalp trade, not just looking at a scalper tool and, you know, just jumping in. Hey, Racy, thank you. I swear, if you guys haven't had it, it is so delicious. If you get the shells and cheese, they have this new queso one out at the store. Maybe it's been out forever and I've just never seen it. The queso, shells and cheese is absolutely amazing. So, once again, we're just kind of chilling right now. Not much is happening. Just kind of sitting here consolidating. We've had our major move. The weekend might kind of hurt this next move, but We should have enough time of consolidating that the next move should be happening, I would think, within the next 6 hours. Let's get our 5-minute scalper on. Let's see what it's saying. Ah, really? Interesting. Now, once again, this is kind of a good lesson. You know, we did pop a buy here, but I want you to see something here. You don't want to just follow it blindly. Look what we've identified. Let's use our 1 hour. We're still very neutral on this scalp trade right now. You can see we did pop a buy, but there's really nothing. Here, let's get rid of this. I want to check out Market Cipher real quick. And really, I keep finding all these other lines. Let's use MCB real quick. Alright. You see, this is interesting. We popped a buy here on our indicator, on our AgroCap V1 5-minute, but we are showing a bullish divergence here on Market Cipher. But the thing is you definitely don't see this on your regular MACD. So, very interesting. Chick-fil-A has some good mac and cheese now. Hey, I'll have to try it. Yeah, I live right outside of Lawrence, Kansas, and they're actually petitioning to get Chick-fil-A out of the school. They're actually trying to petition like Chick-fil-A out of the city, and it's like, are you serious? Honestly, I kind of like Chick-fil-A, but I don't eat there too much. From a Market Cipher standpoint, though, we definitely look like we could have a little pump here, but the MACD just doesn't show this. Hey, 1Qubit. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, I thought we'd stream for a good 2 or so hours. I was kind of hoping we would get some volatility, but just being a Friday night, it's really hard to expect, you know, or you don't really know what to expect. See here. It's just, man, volatility just kind of sucks. But it's a Friday night, so it's kind of to be expected. But honestly, I don't really mind this volatility. Volatility being that since it's the weekend, you know, you can go out and enjoy things. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, it just tanking every time. Or, you know, you'll be trying to do something and, you know, go spend time with friends, family, go see a movie, you know, anything. And, you know, Bitcoin's just going nuts, and it's really hard to focus on what you're doing. So do you guys have any plans for the weekends? What are you guys doing? Figure I'm gonna look at gold and silver real quick. It's just kind of boring. There's not a whole bunch going on right now. That just looks weird. So, but you can see here, we are starting to have some negative momentum here. Well, price action wise, you're down all the way to 142. You know, pretty much right at this 148 to 150 mark, you're going to be hitting some pretty tough resistance. We made it all the way to 147 before tanking. This area is going to be no joke, but if you can break past $150, this is the gold index. It's going to get pretty volatile. You're probably going to have a nice move up to the upside, most likely 150. I'm sorry, 155, 160. And you can actually see the gold spot price right now. You're butted up right against your, what would it be, your 236? Yeah. You're butting up right against it at about $1,563. I mean, you've hit it multiple times. That's perfect. But, you know, if gold starts getting some downward pressure, the first area I'm going to target is about $1,500. I'll show you how I come up with that. We use our horizontal line. Turn this green. You can see your cluster of touch points all through here. But if you break that, the next area I'm really going to be looking at, it's about $1,450. Right in through here, you have 2 touch points, and then basically right under it at about $1,440. But if you break $1,500 though, you'll probably feel this gap all the way back down. You'll probably have a quick, you know, pretty swift $50 move to the downside. If you're gonna look at your MACD, or I guess we're on Market Cipher. You can kind of see the negative momentum building right through here. We go to our daily, you can see it. It's just really obvious that gold was gonna tank, or it's gonna lose value. You can see how you have your high, a lower high, another lower high. If we go to our 1 hour, more short term, you actually don't look too bad here on the 1 hour. You know, if you've watched our channel, you know when Market Cipher, when you're in the red like this, and you're showing, I mean, it darn near looks like you could have a trigger wave right in here. But man, you popped to the upside and it was just ever so slight. So, but if you could form something like this, and you could have a triple MACD bullish divergence here on Market Cipher, that could be a pretty good thing for gold. But, you know, on the longer, higher time frames, it's definitely looking like you're going to be dipping. I mean, we were almost at $1,600 the other day. We're all the way up to, or down to $1,510. What do you think about crypto, Bitcoin? Honestly, like, not to like disrespect them or anything. I mean, I've heard of Bitcoin Chris, but I've never watched I don't like watch their channels really. I mean, I used to watch Mitch Ray, but I don't really watch him much anymore. I've just been so busy. I just don't have really time. It used to be Mitch Ray and Crypto Face were about the only TA guys I would watch. Oh, and sorry, and Crown's Crypto Cave. So really now I really just kind of watch Crypto Face and Crown's Crypto Cave. I don't really watch Mitch Ray's channel too much anymore. Not after his like Discord thing. I don't know what's going on with him. I saw he updated his channel though yesterday. But after his whole Discord thing he pulled, I just stopped watching him. And we're still holding stagnant, 10,370. And silver, ooh. You're hovering right at support here on silver. At about $18, really. It's about that $18 mark. And this is definitely not the 80s music we were listening to. So you have short-term support here at about $18, but if you break this on silver, I definitely think you're going to go back to $17.50. But once again, just like gold, it looks like you could be showing some nice bullish divergence here soon. I mean, you're already seeing it here, but look how thick your money flow is in the red. Just like gold, you form something like this, you could have potentially a nice little move on your hands. No. No, I'm not, I mean, not for now. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do this weekend. I know tomorrow night, the streams, I'm not, I know we're going to have our cup of coffee stream in the morning, but I'm not sure if we're going to have a night one. I'm going to go see some family. So, alright, so we've been live for almost 2 hours now. So, figure we'll look at Bitcoin here and if nothing's happening, I think we might just, do a quick sum up of Bitcoin and I think I might just get some work done. I'm pretty sure, or not get work done. It's always getting work done, but I'm gonna get that tutorial video out tonight. So, I can do the MACD one really quick. So. I think I'll work on that video tonight, and then the actual scalper video, that should be done by tomorrow morning. It's going to be about 45 minutes long, so it's taking me a little bit of time to, get it finished. Vampires? Because I gotta say, I don't know what we are listening to. So, alright. I don't know why it's named that. So, but looking at Bitcoin here, you have short-term support at about 10,250. If you break under the 10,200 mark, I fully expect we're going to go down and test our support box, which is between 9,800 and 10,000. But just know, we pop our moving averages on, we are hovering on our 4-hour, this is very important. If you look at your 4-hour moving averages, you can see your EMA 100 is right above our support line. So do not get bearish until we break under 10,250 and we break under our EMA 100. If we break under this on the 4-hour, which is the EMA 100, I will start getting pretty bearish here on Bitcoin. But as long as we're above the EMA 100, there's really, I don't want to get too bearish yet. And this actually explains a lot why we're not doing anything. we're basically ping-ponging between the EMA 100 and the pink EMA 34. So this is why nothing's happening right now. We're basically just going to sit here and just ping pong in this area until we either make it. Well, I guess it kind of deleted it for some reason, but we're either going to ping pong in here until we go up or we go down. We're either hitting 10,500 soon or we're going to go back into 10,000 very soon. It's going to happen. I don't think we're going to ping pong in this range for too much longer. But this explains a lot why we're just not moving. So, but as long as we're above 10,250 and you're above the EMA 100, there's no reason to be bearish. You already missed the move. So let's wait for confirmation. This will be our confirmation to open a short. It's the EMA 100 on the 4-hour time frame. Until that breaks, the short move has already been played. That, there's no, you're chasing an impulse that's already happened. So, let's be patient. But this 10,005 area is going to be the area I'm going to be looking to possibly open a short. Before I open any positions on my, my streamer's account or my long account, I will let you guys know. But I'm going to get started on that tutorial video. So what, are you neutral or slightly bearish? Well, that's what this is. I'm basically telling you your confirmations right now. Your EMA 100 is going to make or break if you're going to turn bearish. It's hard to be bearish right now. We already just made our move. So it's generally not a good idea to long or short into the same impulse that just occurred. I mean, if we can break above this 34 up here, which is above 10,004, we might, I really want to see how these moving averages and how the volume reacts once we're above the 34. I mean, because if we can, this 13, if we can kind of make it go sideways with some upward action, and then we can get that 34 to cross, maybe we can go right back up. It's just, we're going to have to be patient. Right now, if you start a position long or short, you're basically playing heads or tails. It's gambling. So let's wait for confirmation. Your confirmation on, for bearish is the CMA 100 on the 4-hour. And your confirmation to be bullish is if we go above 10,550. We break above this, we're probably going to have a nice bullish cross of our 13 and our 34, just like we had down here. And we'll probably have a nice reaction to the upside. So, watch your EMA 100 on your 4-hour closely. You have major, you have short-term support literally right on it at 10,250. And you have this major support box from 9,800 to 10,000 with your major resistance between 10,005 and 10,550. So, but I'm going to get started on these tutorial videos, or not started, but the MACD one will literally take me like 10 minutes. But the aggro cap V1 5-minute and the aggro cap the V2 1-minute, that scalper video should be done by tomorrow morning. I already have about 30 minutes of it done. It's just like I said, there's a lot that goes into scalp trading. It's not something I can just slap together and tell you how to be a scalp trader. It's a lot more sophisticated than that. So I'm going to be on Discord for honestly probably about the next 4 hours. So if anything happens, or like let's say we get some major volatility, I will hop back online. But worst case, I will be on Discord the rest of the night. We're probably not going to have a night stream tomorrow because I'm going to go spend some time with family. So I will see you guys. We'll do an extended morning into afternoon stream. So, but once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to end, because it is Red Friday here. It is Red Friday here in Kansas City. So, got to support my Kansas City Chiefs. We just signed Tyreek Hill to a major contract today. So I'm super excited about that. We play the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. We're going to whoop them. I'm just super excited, guys. So I'm going to get this video pumped out for you guys. And I will see you on Discord. And then once again, I will see you, if you're not on Discord, I highly recommend you join. But I will see you tomorrow. We're going to have an extended morning to afternoon stream, and it will happen anytime before 11 a.m. Central Time. It just matters when I get to sleep, but I will let you guys know in the morning. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the Discord. Be on the lookout for my static.
Tech, Nina, Kansas City. You ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great, and we flaunt it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe. Loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these cleats. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Chiefs Kingdom. Got to lovers, got some other beasts. Bring them, mop them up and stop them. Got the heat, sting them. You hot when we stop ya. Dropped when heat, rock, got blocked in me, casa. Ball in my city live, but I find a raw one to get beside. My lucky numbers are 15, 10, 87, 29, 7, 50, 95, 55. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome to the Red Kingdom. Strange music. Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Go Chiefs. Red Kingdom. 10, 9. Let's roll, baby. Strange music.
Hey, everybody, my name is Carlos Matos, and I am coming from New York City, New York. Let me tell you guys that I am so excited, I am so happy, I am really so thrilled to be right now sharing this amazing, glorious, super, and exciting moment of my life with all of you guys. And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connected. gonna be a scam again. Hey, you're gonna lose all your money. I'm telling him behind it, listen, this is real. No. That's a scam. That's a scam. We are coming, and we are coming in waves. We are starting, and we are going to actually go all over the world. My wife still doesn't believe in me. What am I gonna do? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone from around the world. This is Carlos Matos broadcasting live directly from the Bronx, New York, USA. What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride my olds down to old time lows. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I'm gonna buy these olds cause they're oversold. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I got my old coins by the bag, emotionally attached. Throw them on my back, got my ledger on my neck. Buying all these shit coins, you can keep your Bitcoin. I am broke as hell, but I will never sell. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. Up all night on finance, ask me for my financial advice, and if I'm nice, I'll tell you what to buy next. FOMO by the pump, panic sell the dump. I'll be holding bags cause I'm never missing my chance. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. I'm never selling nothing. I'm not selling nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna ride my olds down to old time lows. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. I'm gonna buy these olds cause they're oversold. I'm gonna buy till I can't no more. Litecoin, Bitcoin, Zilliqa and Icon, V-Chain, Verge, I can buy them on my iPhone. Yeah, I gotta have it, gotta have all the low stats. Buy an old time high, to my surprise I never go back. No more FUD, we've been through all that. Everybody knows that the tether is backed. Wish we could pump
Hey, hey, hey.